Greetings, YouTube. In the last couple of hours of the contest, we have received this message. Every player should have received this message in the in-game inbox. And there are some very exciting things to talk about, and there are some very disappointing things to touch on as well from this announcement. Random side note to start off this video. It almost looks to me like the logo for the Fantastic Four is the same symbol of the 4 that they used in the calendar. I wish to God that meant that 2019 was the year that the Fantastic Four universe was brought into Marvel Contest of Champions. That is the #1 requested universe of everyone that comes into live streams or messages me online. By the way, if you ask me, hey, Prof, when are we getting champions in the game? How the hell am I supposed to know? I have no idea. I don't have coffee with Kabam every morning or something, but I'm hopeful that 2019 is finally the year of the Fantastic Four, because that is one of the few shared universe worth of champions that we have not seen yet in the game. And maybe, just maybe, that 4 is 4 more reasons to hope for the Fantastic Four. But I digress. Okay, so let's start with the good, things that I think are really going to be exciting for all players in the contest thanks to this announcement. You can see that we have this anniversary boost. Obviously, the experience points means nothing if you already maxed out level 60, and many summoners are. But battle chips and gold, especially for several of you who don't grind in the arena and tell me that you are extremely gold depleted, this is exciting. 20% is a significant amount of boost, and the best part is that, assuming these dates are correct, this is going to be going on for over a month. Normally it was like 2 weeks or 1 week. They have moved this to a month, from December 10th to January 17th. That's incredible. Very exciting. Kabam deserves full credit for the longevity of the 4-year anniversary boost. And hopefully this also gets more people in the arena so they can stock up on more battle chips and gold and arena crystals, which thus hopefully means more units. There are always paranoid conspiracy theorists that during this anniversary boost type event, the gold and especially the unit RNG is somehow dropped in those crystals, so I'm sure I'll see that again. But hopefully that's not the case, and we get a lot of units as well. So the featured item sale. This is the most overhyped thing I have ever seen in the game. It's like the solar eclipse of overhyped BS, because if this is how it was in years past, and I'll probably do a video mocking this at some point because that's my yearly tradition, you have the chance to have a purchase limit of 20 per item, but it scales up, not down. Normally, if you were to go and buy something in bulk, like say you went to a Sam's Club or a Costco, the more you buy in bulk, the cheaper the item becomes. That is simply economics. But in Marvel Contest of Champions, it's the exact opposite. Well, the first time you purchase an item, it's the cheapest. And by the time that you purchase 20 of them, it's the same price as literally a car. And if this happens again, I will call out BS where BS is, because it makes zero sense, and it just gets under my skin, because why even have an option to buy a purchase limit of 20 if it's going to cost you 15,000 units for signature stones, for example? It just makes no sense. So that's the good and that's the bad. Let's go to some more good. The daily deal is back. Now, if you are unfamiliar with this, you will have the opportunity, and I believe they're going to continue to not make this an uncollected designation. This is for anyone, to have a fully formed Tier 4 class catalyst of your choosing the day of that specific class in the game. So if you need skill fragments, for example, and normally you can only buy a couple thousand fragments in the daily deal for the same price as Star-Lord's loot bag, which is what, $10, you can get a fully formed guaranteed skill crystal on, or skill catalyst, on skill catalyst day. It is awesome. If you are somebody who is newer to the game and you really, really need some specific class catalyst to form your first rank 5 4-star, which is a big, big deal and a big milestone, this is what you want to take advantage of. Start saving up now and rank up your first 4-star. Maybe it's Blade, Stark Spidey, Medusa, etc. Now, another exciting thing, Halls of Healing and Halls of Fortune. I don't know about you, but my Halls of Healing, especially my revives, are pretty much out. If you looked at my stash, you would see that they're almost to zero because I used so many revives to get through Chapter 2 of the Champions Clash. So because of that, I need to stock up as much as humanly possible with potions and revives. And the Halls of Healing and the Halls of Fortune are a great way to do that. And other than just using energy, which thankfully Kabam has given us, my favorite thing of 2018 besides the quickened pace of arena refreshes, and that is the peak milestones. We have more energy refills at our disposal, which are disposable than ever before. And so use some of that energy at your disposal to get more potions and revives and stock up for variant difficulty, or maybe you're thinking ahead to next year's Act 6, which has been confirmed. Whatever it is, stock up now. Now, this is where I am most disappointed, and I'm not afraid to say it. So, when these events were introduced a couple years ago, there were, I think, 3 different tiers: people who just downloaded the game, people who've been playing for a year, and people who've been playing for 2 years. And so there are multiple milestones. And I don't want this to sound like I'm ungrateful, period, because free stuff is free stuff, and I certainly don't want to sound like the stereotypical ungrateful millennial, even though I am 30, technically that's still in the millennial gap. But they went away from this, and it doesn't make any sense to me. So we have 2 tiers for compensation packages as a thank you for entering the contest and staying loyal to Marvel Contest of Champions. And it is now only 2 tiers. It's people who have played less than a year and people who have been playing more than a year. And that, to me, doesn't make any sense. It is much better to have like 3 or 4 different tiers for people who've been playing the game for 2 years, for 3 years and beyond, for the people who downloaded it the first week. I don't care. It makes sense because behind the scenes, in the line chats that I'm a part of, and I'm a part of probably way too many group chats for my own good, I've seen a lot of people, especially during the holidays, who've been playing this game for 2-3 years, who are trying to balance this game at the top of the Master and Platinum brackets with a marriage, with kids, with a really tough job, and they're burnt out. And so anytime you can give those very loyal multi-year players an incentive and a thank you to keep going and to not retire or get rid of your game or sell your account, whatever, it's really smart for the contest to do that. So this is a missed opportunity, an unforced error, if you will, for Marvel Contest of Champions to not give the people who've been playing the game for 2 years, 3 years, and even how the contest below, as we're about to look at this, talks about in the very beginning, because they've replaced these compensation packages, which, by the way, are pretty good, right? 5-star Signature Stones, 4-star Signature Stones, that's cool. A Taskmaster, a 4-star Taskmaster, I mean, cool. It's a free 4-star, can't complain about that. For me personally, since I already have Taskmaster, I wish it was just a 4-star crystal, but, free is free. Can't really complain about that. But they still have thought of the people like myself who have been playing this game for 3+ years, but instead of giving people like myself an actual compensation package to say thank you, which could and probably should include stuff like Tier 2 Alpha Fragments and 5 and even 6-star shards, even if it's not a ton of them, they've replaced it with a meaningless, worthless title. So you will get the Ancient One, because apparently you're really old, if you were playing in the contest since the beginning. If you're like me and you've been playing for 3 years now, I'll be a Howling Commando, which sounds like something that should land you in prison. A Seasoned Summoner, sure, you're like the salt of the earth for 2 years. The Avenger on Call, I guess you're Nick Fury with an eye patch. And then a Shield Agent, you're probably going to get canceled after 2 seasons of playing this game with that title. And there you have it. Now, a lot of exciting things to talk about, and I did want to be balanced, as I always try to do with these videos. I think the Halls of Healing and the Halls of Fortune are great to bring back. I'm so excited that we have this really awesome 20% plus boost for over a month. That is such a long time in the contest. For those of you who are contacting me, who are freaking out for no good reason, that somehow this announcement means we're not going to have that incredible 2-week holiday calendar like we did last year, slow your roll, dog. Whitest thing I've ever said on my channel, by the way. You are freaking out way too early. That came 2 weeks before the end of the month. Now, by the end of next week, if we have heard nothing about it, which by the end of next week, we should have heard about the gifting event, and we should also see the calendar. If we don't still see the calendar, then you can freak out. But for now, the calendar is completely separate from this announcement. And so just keep that in mind. Stop panicking. You might still get last year's calendar rewards of 4 and 5-star shards and a fully formed Tier 2 Alpha and multiple greater gifting crystals for free, all that good stuff. I still believe and I still have faith in Kabam, even though they've given me trust issues for life, that until they prove me wrong, that calendar will come back, but it won't be for another week. So just be patient. Hopefully that announcement will come, and certainly if it does, I will post a video about it on my channel. So there you have it. YouTube. What do you think about all of these new things in the fantastic 4-year anniversary of the contest? Are you also, like me, hopeful that that symbol kind of gives you some nostalgia for the Fantastic Four, and maybe they will come in 2019 because they're long overdue? Comment below and let me know. And as always, thank you for watching and supporting my Marvel Contest of Champions YouTube page.